Hello friends, welcome back to this channel. So क्वेश्चन पेपर ऑफ गेट 2024 आर आउट एंड आई होप सभी लोगों का एग्जाम काफ़ी अच्छा गया होगा. ऑल्सो ISC Bangalore had announced the date of GATE result and the date is 16 March. But the big question that lots of people were asking is how much will be the cutoff? And after carefully understanding and analyzing the paper and by understanding its toughness, its easiness, I can say that the cutoff will be little higher than the previous year. So previous year the cutoff was 38 for general category and for OBC it was 32 and people who belongs to ST/SC the cutoff was 28. So after seeing this paper, one thing I noticed is the question are quite easier than the previous years. So when the paper is easy, then its cutoff will be high, and I am expecting the cutoff for this paper is around 38 to 43 for general, and for OBC it will be around 32 to 35, and for ST/SC people it will be around 28 to 30. So these cutoffs are based on my opinion, and these opinions can vary person to person. So don't get carried away with this. Wait for the final result. So this was the brief perspective and opinion about the cutoff and the type of question paper came this year. So hello guys, my name is Rahul and you're watching Architecture and Planning with Rahul. Now we will solve this question paper of GATE 2024 for Architecture and Planning. So we will start with General Aptitude section. So question number first is, if arrow denotes increasing order of intensity, then the meaning of words. So here is an example is given: sick, infirm and moribund. So here sick means ill or not well. Infirm means not mentally or physically strong. And meaning of moribund is in a very bad condition or about to die. So similarly we have to find what will come between silly and daft. So silly meaning unwise and daft meaning foolish. And out of the given option, vain meaning useless. So this vain is related to body part. This vain meaning useless. So the correct answer of this question is option number D, vain. Let's move to the next question. The 15 parts of given figures are to be painted such that no two adjacent parts with shared boundary excluding corners have the same color. The minimum number of colors required is. This is a very good question where we have given a shape which have 15 parts and we have to find the number of colors required to paint this object. There are some conditions that no two adjacent part with share boundary have the same color. So suppose if this will be the shape, then this part will paint with one color and this will be painted by another color. Second condition is about the excluding corners, which means if the shape was this, then we can paint it with the same color. Now we have to find the minimum number of colors required. So for such questions you should start with the center part. So we will first fill this circle with A color, then this will paint it with B and this will with C. Now this part is sharing boundary with A and B, so we can paint this with C. These parts are sharing boundary with A and C, so we can fill it with B. Also this part is sharing boundary with B and C, so we can fill it with color A. Now this part is sharing boundary with B, C and A, so we have to take a different color. So we will fill it with color D. Now let's fill rest of the part. We can fill it with B. This can be filled with C color. This can be filled with A color. We can fill this shape with C. we can use A color to fill this part. We can fill it with B, and for these two parts we can use color D. So we have only used four colors, that is A, B, C and D. Therefore the correct answer of this question will be option number A, 4. Let's see next question. Question number 3 is, how many 4-digit positive integers divisible by 3 can be formed using only the digits 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 such that no digit appears more than once in a number? So we have to find the 4-digit numbers which will be divisible by 3. We have these 5 numbers. So let's understand the case that and these numbers can be divisible by 3. So a number can be divided by 3 if the sum of each digit will be divided by 3. So let's understand it with an example. Suppose this is a number and we have to simply find whether this number can be divided by 3 or not. So for this we can use a trick. We have to just simply add each digits. After adding we will get 12. So this 12 is divisible by 3. It is very sure that this number 1, 2, 3, 6 will also be divided by 3. Now let's see the question. So out of this given numbers, try to make a digit and then find out whether it can be divided by 3 or not. So we will simply add all the numbers. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 equals to, which is coming as 21. Now we know that this 21 is divided by 3, but here we have to take only 4 digits. So we have to remove at least one of them. After removing this 3, we will still get the sum as 18. And if we remove this 6, we will get the sum as 15. So first we will use 3 and then 6 and rest of the number will be same. There is one more condition, that no digit appears more than once in a number. So first we will take 1, 3, 4 and 7. Now we have 4 digits, so we can use all the 4 digits in the first position. And in the next position we can use only 3 digits because one of the digit is already placed in the first position. Similarly, in the third position we can use only 2 digits and in the last we can use only 1 digit. So on calculating this we will get 24. Similarly, for second case we will use 1, 4, 6 and 7. And just like we did for the first case, we can use all the 4 digit in the first position, then 3 in the second, then 2 digit in the third position, and the last position we can only use 1 digit. So on calculating this we will get 24. And now by adding both the cases we will get 48. Therefore we can form 48 positive integers of 4 digits that can be divided by 3. Therefore the correct answer of this question will be option number B, 48. Question number 4 is, the sum of the following infinite series is. So here is a series is given and we have to calculate the sum of the series. So when you carefully look at the series, you will see this is the combination of 3 type of series, where the first term is integer and rest of the terms are in fractions. So this series is a combination of 3 different geometric series, where the first term is 2. Then there is another series which is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 16. There is a third series of 1 by 3, 1 by 9 and 1 by 27. So first segregate the series. So first term is 2. Then another series is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. In the series, first term is 1 upon 2 and common ratio is 1 upon 2. Therefore, the sum of the series S will be first term multiplied by 1 minus common ratio to the power n divided by 1 minus common ratio. So this is the formula of sum of geometric series. So from this formula, the sum of this series will be 1. Now there is another series of 1 by 3 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 27. Here the first term is 1 upon 3 and common ratio is 1 upon 3. And putting these value in the formula, we will get the sum as 1 by 2. Now we will just add the sum of all the series. So the sum of first series is 2, sum of second series is 1, and the sum of third series is 1 by 2. So we will add 2 plus 1 plus 1 by 2. It will come as 7 by 2. Therefore, the correct answer of this question will be option number B, 7 by 2. Let's move to the next question. Question number 5th is, in an election, the share of valid votes received by the 4 candidates A, B, C and D is represented by the pie chart shown. The total number of votes cast in the election were 1,15,000, out of which 5,000 are invalid. Since the 5,000 votes are invalid, therefore the total number of valid votes are 1,10,000. Now we will see what we have to find. So based on the data provided, the total number of valid votes received by that candidate B and C is, so B received 25% votes and C received 20% votes, which means B and C collectively received 45% of the total votes. We have to find the 45% of 1,10,000. Suppose the total number of the votes received by B and C is X. Formula to calculate the percentage is total number of vote received divided by total number of votes multiplied by 100. So just simply put, total number of vote received is X. Total number of votes are 1,10,000 multiplied by 100 equals to the percentage, that is 45. Therefore the X equals to 45 multiplied by 1,10,000 divided by 100. On calculating this, we will get 49,500. So total number of the vote received by B and C are 49,500. The correct answer is option number B. So friends, that's all in this video. In the next part, we will cover rest of the aptitude questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestion or anything to discuss, you can comment us. If the video was helpful, please do share, like and subscribe. मिलेंगे आपसे अगले वीडियो में. Until then, goodbye.